right, so we're in the 2021 Camaro LT1. This is a very basic trim, very bare bones car. 6-speed manual. It's a stock car. And people had questions about the exhaust. What exhaust should they option on their Camaro LT1? That's a good question. Since this car is very basic, it only has the dual outlet. When I say dual, it means it has one exhaust tip on the left, one exhaust tip on the right, as compared to having the dual mode exhaust, which gives you quad tips. So 2 tips on the left, 2 tips on the right. You know, I think they still consider this a sport exhaust, considering it's made into the LT1 engine. And I will say stock, it's a very, very quiet exhaust. I mean, right now, you really can't hear it at all. It's completely silent. You don't hear the exhaust. Sometimes if you get on it a certain way, you might get a couple cracks out of it, which is nice. I would say no matter what, if you get the dual mode, or if you get the one that I have here, which is just a complete basic stock dual outlet exhaust, I think that if you're going to be modding the car or looking to tune the car at all, you're going to replace that exhaust system anyway. But I still think there's a benefit to getting the dual mode, and here's why. With the dual mode, the rear fascia that goes around the exhaust tips has a wider outlet that will allow you to run other aftermarket quad tip exhausts. In my personal opinion, I think the quad tip, the dual mode, of course, not only sounds a little bit better, but also it allows you to run now quad tip aftermarket exhaust, which one will give you more options, and also two, and just in my opinion, they look better. So I'll give you a couple revs on what this sounds like. If you rev it up, yeah, it sounds pretty good. You can hear it normal everyday driving when you're in the cabin. You don't tend to hear it so much. So let me show you what I'm talking about, and we'll go ahead, we'll give this a couple revs. Alright, so that's a wrap for the exhaust video. Quick overview. Let me know what you guys think. What exhaust would you select on your car? I'm not sure how much that dual mode exhaust option, how much it actually costs, you know, whether or not that's worth it. Like I said, either way, you'd probably be swapping out the stock dual mode exhaust with something aftermarket, or you'd be swapping this one out with something aftermarket, which I plan on doing as well. So we'll see. Like I said, you get the quad tip. I think it looks a little bit nicer if you do option out for the dual mode. Maybe keep you happier a little bit longer. But overall, I'm really happy with this car. You can get a little bit of an exhaust note when you really are pushing it. Again, driving, you don't hear it. It's otherwise pretty silent inside the cabin here. Yeah, you don't really hear the exhaust.